Welcome to Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast, where we bring you news, notes, and more to help you win your championship fantasy football league. Stay tuned and listen in for the great information we have for you today. Sports Podcast. Today we will bring you a mock draft. We're going to be doing that. We'll tell you as we go. We'll tell you what we're thinking about when we make these picks. When we go through all our selections here, we're going through with one of our PPR leagues. I know it's not PPR scoring. It's not exactly the same format that we do, but it's close enough, and it'll give you an idea what you would like to pick at this position given your draft status.
Yes, we're doing our exact spots. Jared's got 2.
I'm second in our PPR league. Scott is 9 and Corey is 10. So he gets back to back. So you can kind of see from multiple areas, what kind of team you can build. So.
And we're off. It's about to be fun.
Yep. You
First
can see
pick.
there. We're going.
Obviously, DJ.
I have confidence that Le'Veon Bell will be back.
Le'Veon will be a monster.
And then we'll go through our rosters too, more so at the end, just so you can see, or we're not in a rush to explain this to you. All right. Let's see, Albert. And
I literally have faith in these rookie running backs, though.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a good class this year for the rookie running backs, but there's more.
a lot of them are going early though, going up in the third round, second and third round. So we'll see what happens out of that. I hate drafting at number 2, but this year it's so deep. It's not. I've come to realize it's not as bad as it has been in past
Wow,
years.
someone already took Odell. He's supposed to be out to what? Week 1?
He's possibly out week 1 and 2, but I doubt he's even out week 1. I bet you he plays. It's just a precaution, and he seems to heal fast.
Yeah, they're taking all the proper measures to get him healthy and back on the field.
I can't believe Shady's still up there.
Hey man, people think he's gonna get hurt. It's understandable, but
There we go.
he's taken.
And so for this video, we're going to give you not us in display, but the actual draft and the draft page on display. So,
Yeah, so I'm sorry you don't get to see our beautiful faces.
right.
Um,
But you get to
Figured.
see something better. Because you guys
Okay.
are probably trying to win money, trying to win your leagues, trying to win that respect. So we'll give you what you really want.
we're gonna make this as honest as we're going to make our own drafts.
You can see how we draft in our draft styles. Maybe it's one for you, maybe it's not. Let's see here.
Clown.
I'm really hoping this one guy doesn't get picked. And you'll hear by my reaction if he gets picked.
Oh gosh, I'm next.
I'm just trying to think of my strategy right
Crap.
now.
I know, it's kind of hard to get this strategy going, but there's a lot of
It's not
potential in
good.
this.
I'm up next. I don't know who to pick. I don't know if I want to go running back or wide receiver. Oh man, Devontae Freeman just got picked. I am gonna go with. Oh my gosh. Crap. I'm gonna go wide receiver, and I'm gonna go.
Doug Baldwin, PPR, it's going to be smart.
Okay, nice job, Scott.
Right now, since I'm back to back,
You went early. Wow.
I'm going AJ Green. Plenty of weapons around, but I think he's still
Back
going
to
to have
back.
a monster year. To
I
be
know.
completely straightforward, y'all. My next guy kind of rhymes with guy. J.J. The knees might be a problem, but the way he ran the other day,
Yeah, you got both goal line carries, so
yeah, that's
and
the
executed on both of them. So
first try too on both, and that's what impressed me. There was more talent like Melvin Gordon, Jordan Howard, but I can't fully have faith in somebody who just finally did good in Melvin Gordon and didn't even do that good. And Also, Jordan Howard was a rookie last year. I don't know how that is going to carry over, but there's good faith in him. Can't go wrong with either.
I guarantee you, within the next couple rounds, someone will pick Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, within the next couple of picks, man. Some people think that, oh, that's the best pick. Oh, Jordan Howard, good pick for him. Who picked Christian McCaffrey at 12?
Me.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. PPR, that's smart.
Only good running back for that team. He only started.
Marshawn Lynch has climbed up the ADP. 36 now.
He's actually looked well. I think Eddie Lacy will climb up after today's preseason game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even as a Raider fan, I haven't even looked at any of the highlights of Marshawn Lynch.
It's understandable.
You're not a real Raiders fan. I'm
True.
just kidding.
No.
You are a true Raiders fan. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll give you that much credit.
Wait, hold up. Why is Martavius Bryant suspended?
He's not. I mean,
He's been suspended, but he'll be back.
he's getting reinstated, and it's like
Yes.
to take forever since what's his name? Ezekiel Elliott is suspended. They're
All right.
doing his appeal, so they're gonna take a little bit of time.
So here's where I'm going to go. This has always been a tough one for me, but
Ooh.
this is my first.
Yeah, but you got another pick and 2 picks.
I do. I know I'm going to go for my second.
Oh my god. We don't pick for a while, Corey.
Yeah, I got 10 picks.
Since I'm basing this off my PPR, I need guys that will get catches and guys that will be volume receivers. So, and this man, my next guy's volume is about to go up. So I got high faith. You guys already see on the screen probably.
Oh, yeah.
Pick, but that's all right. It's going to be because I can say it in front of these guys. They're not going to be able to get him. If he's available and stays available, I'm going for Amari Cooper. He's only going to progress from here.
Oh, yeah.
So
You already
he's
got
an excellent number 2. Could be a number
picked.
1, top 10. So
You already got
That
picked.
Yeah, he picked him.
Oh, you already picked him?
Yeah, he picked him right now.
Yes, sir.
I
I
didn't
just
see
picked
that
him.
name pop up.
So, and if you guys are wondering who's drafting from the screen, I am. So, just so you understand, Jared is drafting from the screen. Everybody else is on their phones right now, so.
You boy.
He's got the setup. I mean, he's got a little bit of an advantage because he can snoop through who's there, but that doesn't.
Well, I try not to move it too much for the listeners, because I don't want them to like see me scrolling and going up and down, and giving all my stuff away. So.
Okay, I got too many wide receivers on here. I look for running backs.
No such thing as too many wide receivers.
I'm gonna miss out on my next guy, which sucks, but
Yeah, you are, because I'm gonna get him.
you know exactly who I'm looking for.
I don't even know why.
Mike Jones. I'm just kidding.
Who?
Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Nah, but that's all right.
Yeah,
I
you
can still
see him right there though on that screen.
I do.
Keenan Allen.
Ooh, this is a new injury that just happened today. Good luck, everybody.
Spencer Ware, yeah.
Oh, pick your boy.
That was what I wanted too. I'm glad you got him over Corey, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not even who I was going for.
Yes, it was. I'm just kidding. I have no idea who you were going for.
There's running backs that I can scoop up later. It's pretty upsetting because he doesn't even care about him and he doesn't even like him and he's not going to use him right. So, what?
Who?
I didn't even click that. Oh my god, dude. It's not who I wanted, and he's a terrible pick, guys. I would not pick Lamar Miller. He's going to be terrible this year.
Yeah, Deontay Foreman's still lurking behind him for his opportunity, so. But at the beginning of the season, he'll be just fine.
I'm going to go Alshon Jeffrey because he's going to be peppered.
Once Hopkins, Kelsey, Mixon, Hyde, Thomas, and Gronkowski go off the board, it starts to become a dead zone here. So people are going to be wishy-washy about going into the 4th round. So it's kind of tough. Some people are going to quarterbacks here just because, they're going to provide you probably the best value. If you get, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, or Aaron Rodgers somewhere in this area, you're probably better off than going with like an Allen Robinson, Spencer Ware, who's now hurt, Tyreek Hill, someone like that, who could still possibly bust because they have such an array of options between high ceiling or low floor, wherever the production comes. Looks like I'm not going to get a running back because none that I want there to be available.
They've all been taken.
Which stinks. Sometimes when you're in a position, sometimes you need to stretch. I should have made a stretch.
You might be able to get one of those two if they don't pick them.
Well, I know who I'm going to have to take if I do it, but
Carlos Hyde.
Carlos Hyde's
Do not take Ty.
Ty's up there though. He's getting pretty good praise out there.
Oh, Joe Mixon's off the board. Dang
Yeah, he just grabbed him.
Dang it.
This guy Scott's taking all the rookie running backs.
I just have faith in them.
All of them?
Why not take a risk?
All right, I am going to take me another running back. I say that he's going to. Carlos Hyde's progressed now. He went from being on the chopping block to moving into the coach's eye and the favorite. So, and people don't realize that he can still be on passing down. So he's not a huge when it comes to catching, but they will leave him out there if it's in a 2-minute drill. And now, because running back depth isn't the greatest, I'm going for C.J. Anderson.
Good pickup.
Still starting. Still his backfield. Even though Jamal Charles is there and Devontae Booker's there. I mean, he's the one that's proven himself over all those guys. And Booker's been hurt. Charles has been hurt all off season, preseason. So we definitely need to fill up on these running backs. Now I'm comfortable. 2 stud receivers, 2 very good running backs, a nice person for bye week fill-ins for sure. Team has progressed. I like it. Nice. Keenan Allen. Awesome.
I'm a little disappointed in that Lamar Miller pick. I was not trying to pick him.
Sometimes the time will get you. These 30-second ones are a little faster than we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing 1:30 in our leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a little time. Don't need to rush. I mean, some people think it's a competitive advantage, but teams in the NFL get 10 minutes. We should at least get 1.
Word up.
Good pick by Alfredo, picking Allen Robinson. I think he's going to have a comeback year this year.
Did they have a good quarterback?
Depends on who's throwing to him. I agree with that.
Only way is if
Chad Henne.
Henne is throwing. But Blake Bortles couldn't hit a wide open hole.
Can hit the Great Wall of China. You throw it over. Shoot.
And then I can already assume you went Crabtree. No, you went Calvin Benjamin.
Hey. Well done. Crabtree's still on the board.
Good choice, because that's who I'm
Wow.
going. I'm going to hit up Michael Crabtree. Ooh. Or,
my next 2 picks are not going to be there by the time I want to get there. I already know they're not. Because there's 3 people in the auto draft, as you guys see from my screen, that are grayed out. They'll just pick from the top players, and by the time it gets to me...
Ooh, Julian Edelman is still on there, y'all. I would not go for him.
Recent injury in his preseason game, possible PCL injury, so keep an eye out for that. Check the news, check the radar. And if you drafted him and you've done your draft already, should have waited.
Sammy Watkins, baby. I know that sounds crazy, but this year he's healthy. He's got a young guy who's going to want to shower him with targets, man. It's PPR, bro. He could catch 14 passes for 40 yards.
Since I got a minute before it comes to me, I'll give you our team outlook so far. So far I have T.Y. Hilton, Amari Cooper, Le'Veon Bell, Carlos Hyde, and C.J. Anderson, which I'm pretty happy about, especially because, again, we're based this in our PPR format, so I'm getting guys that are playing receptions out there, not to mention a catching running back in Le'Veon Bell, and then just notice number 2 in Carlos Hyde, and a good bye-week fill-in, possible starter, C.J. Anderson.
And you can flip-flop C.J. and Carlos Hyde if things go bad.
C.J. does catch, so...
He does. Or if you have, because what we do is we're gonna have flex. So there's gonna be 2 receivers, 2
Right.
running backs, and a choice between wide receiver, running back, tight end.
Exactly.
So you could always flip flop that in there.
That is correct. Now I'm gonna move down to Corey's team. So Corey here has AJ Green, Alshon Jeffrey, Michael Crabtree, Jay Ajayi, Lamar Miller, which I don't think is as bad as he thinks it is, if he maintains his starting job and with a better quarterback play, and an opportunity as far as like the wide receivers to get back in it that will spread out the field for Lamar Miller, able to open the holes because they were expecting to run last year because they had no pass game. Now they can possibly have pass game even with Tom Savage. So
Savage.
then we'll get to Scott in a second because it's about to be my pick. So I'll move back over to the screen here.
Save the best for last.
I did.
Actually, I'm last, so thank you.
And every guy I wanted is already up and gone. So
Same
that is
picks.
great.
Love you, Corey.
Yeah, I'm a little mad at you for drafting Dalvin Cook, even though you did it to piss me off.
I did.
You did, I know you did. That's all.
That's what friends do, right?
Oh, man. I'm going to draft Amari Cooper, Derek Carr, and Michael Crabtree. No, I'm just kidding.
So being that this isn't going to be a PPR, I'm going to go with Golden Tate. He's going to always be going underneath. I know that Marvin Jones is probably going to be taking the top off, but being that it is PPR, I want the receptions. 90 receptions last year, so I'll definitely take those all day. It would have been Julian there, but barring injury today, there is no way I was going to take him now with a question mark by his name.
Okay, the people want to know my team.
Well, we gotta wait a moment.
It just sick.
They really don't want to know your team. I don't even want to know your team.
Excuse me.
That's why I'm trying not to do it right now. Just kidding.
See, man.
I'm just kidding.
Sad.
Ridiculously. But you have good running backs at the
I
moment.
do.
You need another wide receiver.
Yeah, I do need another wide receiver, but because running backs are scarce compared to wide receiver, I can get more of those later on. I'm going with Mike Gillisley. He is a touchdown vulture, but now he can just get his own touchdowns. He doesn't have to worry about him getting vultured. He showed today in the preseason game
Somebody was
versus the
watching.
Detroit Lions that he can definitely punch it in on a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
Somebody did not pay attention today. Unless they know something about the injury we don't know.
Yeah.
But
Aww.
whoever this guy is.
I was going Doug Martin with my next pick. That's upsetting.
It's kind of early, I feel like.
Yeah, I know. That's very early.
Yeah, we're still going at the end of the middle of the 7th, going into the 8th, so interesting on Doug Martin. You usually would go with 9 and 10, so they must have confidence when he comes back he's going to play. Although they've been talking about how they were saying how they might cut him or trade him, move him, whatever the case may be, but
He's back from
I don't think that's going to happen.
It would be a mistake on their end.
Kirk Cousins just got off the board.
Wow. Now we got a quarterback taken.
So we still have some good people all here. Let's see, we got Diggs, Macklin, we got Brandon Marshall for wide receivers, Martellus Bennett, Zach Ertz for tight ends, they're good. Jack Doyle still here, Hunter Henry. Who else do we have? I would say Pierre Garçon still on the board. Interesting. I know people don't trust about in San Francisco, and I feel like his fantasy points are not high enough. I mean, this is based on standard, so PPR, his value will definitely skyrocket. Devontae Parker, who's got the eye of Jay Cutler, and Eddie Lacy.
And, I'm just going to say the only bright spot on this New York Jets team. Pow.
You are right, you are right. He's one of the lone bright spots.
A tiny bit of depth on the running back area.
I am feeling my squad, so, and then before I forget, which I was trying to, no, I'm just kidding. Let's go to Scott's team. Hey, I already picked up Cam. Very nice. Scott, you were in trouble in week 11, bro. I don't know if you looked at your bye weeks. Yeah, but everybody in your starting lineup is basically gone. He's picking 3 Panthers players. So you must have some faith in their offense.
You know.
I do. I feel like they're all viable players. They're all going to be rock solid players. Cam has bounced back. He threw 2 for 2, so it looked good when he did it. So they're just easing him back into the game, but he'll be all right. Running backs, he went young with Delaney and McCaffrey, or excuse me, Dalvin and McCaffrey, excuse me. And then Delaney as your tight end. I like it. Doug Baldwin, Jarvis, and Kelvin. I like it. Willie Snead. So awesome. You need some running back depth, though.
Yes.
How do you feel about your team so far, Scott?
I like it. There's other players I'm going to try to snag. Since
Everybody I wanted to know that.
wow, defense.
All right, I am up.
Vikings defense, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, but in the 8th round.
Well,
I mean,
the hype is surrounding this man, so I'm just going to hop on in here and
Yeah.
we're going to get a little bit of the
crowd.
Scoop me up some crowd.
Some
Some
crowd.
clam crowd.
Some clam crowd. I need to build on this wide receiver depth. Because a couple of guys that people are sleeping on here that I'm looking at.
Well, there's a few receivers on here. There's one in particular that's, that one right there. That I think is going to have a phenomenal year.
Who?
Devontae Parker. Mark my words.
Oh, yeah.
PPR wise, he will have a phenom. I know you.
Actually, I need to fill a position, so I need to avoid, as much as I want to go with the other guys, I need to fill up a position real fast between my tight ends. So I got Martellus that should come to me and Zach Ertz.
And choices. PPR.
Another defense just went off the board.
Arizona defense. Good defense, but
I'm going with Ertz. He
Too
played
much
well the other
talent.
day. He played well.
he's a good pick.
Now, do you guys think that Carson Wentz is underrated right now?
Yes.
He'll be a good quarterback. I watched him move around the pocket. I watched him keep his eyes downfield when the blitz was coming and the pocket was collapsing, and drop some beautiful balls. And there's a couple of hard misses that he had, and he's still learning. But for him to stay in the pocket and stay focused, keep his eyes downfield, and watch that,
Right.
that's impressive for a second-year quarterback. And another thing is most of them, they talk about how first-year quarterbacks will start hot and have their sophomore slump. Well, he basically had a sophomore slump during the season. Because the first half of the season he actually started off hot. Then he trickled off and fell down a little bit and wasn't as productive as he was in the earlier half of the season. So
Right.
I think he's A-okay as far as his learning curve now. So he took his shots to the face already.
Kickers are going up the board, y'all. And that is not a position that should be going off the board so quickly.
This guy, I cannot believe he has not been picked yet.
He is the number one over there, but the quarterback situation is so iffy.
Brandon Marshall, good choice.
I mean, do you think Mike Glenn's going to be good enough to give him the ball?
Mike Glenn?
The quarterback? Chicago?
Don't even talk to me about Mike Glenn.
Alright, it's round
He's the worst.
Devontae Parker.
You must have faith in him and take Cameron Meredith.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather pick Cameron Meredith than Orton.
This guy.
I'm just saying. I mean, but I don't know about Mike Glennon though. He's gonna get outmatched by.
Mitchell Trubisky?
Yeah, easily. And the Chicago fans are gonna really hate that they booed him. I'm gonna go with Mr. Zay Jones.
Wow, coming in. Well, his ADP is going up. I can't say you're coming in early with him anymore. The ADP has climbed since the release of Sammy Watkins. And with Jordan Matthews being injured, and him the only one still healthy in camp, well, he's just poised to go off his rookie year.
Hey, buddy. Alright, so.
My bench, it looks nice. Especially on the receiver front.
Absolutely, absolutely. Excuse me. Getting into these later rounds is tough. Look at the team, look at what I should fill in. It's interesting.
I just hope I don't get a bad score out
I
of
know
that.
who you're going to go for next because he shouldn't be on the board still. No, what? I'm not even looking at that. I'm staring at mine. That's fine with me. I know who you go for. We've done enough mock drafts to know.
I don't think you know who I'm going for.
I think we all don't fully pick how he would go.
Dang.
Stephon Diggs is who I was going for.
That's exactly, I put that on everything. I knew you were going him.
No,
Look
you
at me
didn't.
hanging. I put that on God.
No,
God himself.
you did not.
What? What?
You did not.
I definitely
You had no
believe
idea.
Stephon Diggs shouldn't have been there still.
Oh, I agree with that. But you didn't know I was reaching
No,
for
I
him.
knew you were going for him. That's what. Once I saw him on the top of the list, of the wide receiver list, I should say, I was like, you'd be stupid not to get him.
Interesting. Let's see where I want to go from here. I know exactly who I'm going with. Getting slept on. If Joe Flacco's back, I feel like he'll be
Who's the
around
first
something.
one that slept on him, though? You.
Hey,
Oh,
It's a
shots
possibility.
fired.
It's a possibility.
Shots fired.
I wasn't sleeping on him, I was sleeping next to him. There's still room for a possibility there.
Hey,
Let's see here.
Darn it. Kyle Rudolph off the board.
So let's look at the team
Dak
down.
Prescott.
You all seen mine for the most part through this, so I'm going to switch over to Corey. Still lacking in the tight end position, I see.
Yes.
Quarterbacks are fine. Wait till this round. There's plenty of quarterbacks left. You can get Andy Dalton. You can get. Let's see who was left. There was Andy Dalton. I saw. There was. Phillip Rivers is still available. Matt Stafford.
There's a reason I waited.
Derek
on
Carr is
tight
still
end.
available. There's plenty of top 10 wise quarterbacks that are out here. So
Phillip Rivers gone. Derek Carr will be gone.
just gotta wait on a person that, not here anymore?
Huh?
Is this person gone? Or they just.
no, Jennifer's still in the draft.
Oh, gotcha.
She's probably ahead of Vinatieri.
I'm gonna go.
Nice.
Jamal Williams for the Green Bay Packers.
Alright.
Nice. Could possibly take a starting role. Not right away. I mean, Ty Montgomery will still have it for a little while, but as time progresses, I think they'll realize they'll want to go with a traditional running back.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go tight end, and that's Hunter Henry because I have faith in this kid. Starting off pretty swell last year.
Yeah, it's because they were trying to force feed the touchdown record to Antonio Gates. Now they're not focusing on that as much anymore. They're actually trying to play winning football. So,
And with my next pick for my quarterback position, a guy who was underrated, I think he'll do really well this year, Andy Dalton,
Great pick.
the Red Rocket.
yep, absolutely.
And double whammy when he scores touchdowns, throwing them to AJ Green. I
All right,
get 12
Scott.
points.
Question for you, James White. What you thinking?
It's gonna be the end zone. That's what I think. End zone
Passing back.
finisher.
You could be the goal line back?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying by end zone? I don't know what you mean by that.
Inside the 20, because there's possibly not going to be no Julius Edelman. So, I mean, you got Malcolm Mitchell. You got
Chris Hogan.
Brennan Cooks. Chris Hogan.
Who went off today.
But
Excuse me, folks.
where is he ranked?
Who?
Chris Hogan.
Oh, 205.
Really? Very underrated.
Interesting. All right. So let's see here.
212, sorry.
All right.
Wow, he's not even picked.
Please leave my quarterback on the board because I want to get him.
The guy who struggled today.
But that'll be fine. He's still learning his receivers.
Yeah, and I have faith in his other receiver,
Mm-hmm.
who probably has already gotten picked and I haven't paid attention. No. But he will be.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
Bye. You know who, none other than. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care about him.
But
Going with Matt Stafford. He did look bad today, but he did bounce back with 2
Bounce back,
touchdowns.
yep.
So he'll get it figured out. He's a gunslinger. He doesn't mind taking the risk. So they'll either lose opportunities or create opportunities, depending on what the situation is. So. And I'm going to fill out some, let's see here actually, before I start filling out some depth.
Adam Thielen, good pick by this Cade gentleman.
No.
PPR wise, he gets peppered. He is loved by Sam Bradford. But I feel like Diggs will have a way better year this year.
After watching these guys today and how they played, New England's defense,
They
were
phenomenal.
everywhere. They were
Dude.
swarming to the ball. They were dropping back in coverage. Corners were playing well. Linebackers were playing excellent, and they were getting in coverage. So it was. I'm definitely impressed with New England's defense, and I don't like New England crap. But when talent's seen and you acknowledge talent, you
They're
gotta give
also
it to
they're
them.
also pretty underrated for defense wise too, though.
Yeah, they hold their own.
Right.
So they definitely do. Hopefully they pick up in the turnover department for me. So I actually had him last year. Now that I think about it.
Oh man.
All right, we're getting towards the end of the draft here. Going at the end of the 13th, going into the 14th round. Basically, you're just picking kickers and maybe you're one flyer at this point. So,
True.
Corey got his man. Nope, Andre took Marvin Jones.
Yep.
Who
I
got
was a
Marvin
little
Jones?
upset, but it's alright.
I'm gonna pick this guy that we just literally talked about. We literally talked about him as a wide
I was
receiver.
like Rob Kelly.
I'm gonna go with Chris Hogan.
It's not too much of a reach after the news of Julian Edelman and his performance today. It's a good pick.
It is. Chris Hogan is a good
He
pick.
is very, very underrated as a wideout.
Right now, with me, I'm hitting this defense because I have high faith in this defense because they have such talent.
Don't you do it.
New York
You-
Giants.
They looked good too.
They
They
did.
did. Even
No.
Pierre Paul misses some fingers.
Yeah, it is.
Still balling out.
Catching tipped passes for a pick.
Yep.
Oh, it's my turn. Oops. Just because I feel like this team will kick more field goals, I'm going with Stephen Hopkins.
So as you guys can see, again I've been on it for a little bit, but this is Scott's team. So you got Doug Baldwin, Jarvis Landry, Calvin Benjamin, Caffrey Cook, Walker, Snead, Marshall, Zay Jones. That's one of my favorite picks. I wish I would have gotten him. Jamal Williams, James White, and Chris Hogan, who's also a very good pick as of now. I mean, even on the limited play, as you can see from stats from last year, 680 yards and 4 touchdowns. So
I just picked my defense too.
You got that Los Angeles Rams. Delaney Walker's a good pick at the
They-
tight end position.
But the Rams defense have been very, very good the last couple of years, and even more than that. Their defense has always been top notch. They've always beaten their divisions. They've always given the Seahawks, they've always given the Cardinals the most trouble.
So, looking at these teams, if I had to choose a second team between your guys, I think I would choose Scott's team.
Yeah, I mean, I would too because I didn't.
I think he built his depth a little bit better.
That's fine. Y'all go off the numbers of it. I feel like I went off the potential.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like his potential's better.
Yeah. If you think.
I know what I know.
So you're not the all-knowing person. So.
You say that,
You're not.
but you don't know that.
I mean, I do like his receivers, but what's gonna happen when it comes week 11? When, like,
That's the
4
only
people
downfall.
are on bye week.
That is the only downfall to a team.
Because at the end of the day, on that bench, you got Zay Jones, Williams, who might not even play much. Zay Jones, who doesn't really have much of a quarterback, because his quarterback's going to be on his butt all the time. But I do love the Brandon Marshall and Willie Snead picks. I feel like those are going to be some ballin' picks.
I just couldn't believe that Brandon Marshall was still on the
Oh, he
board.
will be in every draft, dude. People are sleeping on him for some reason, and since he's not the number one guy, imagine how much openness he's gonna have. He's gonna be so open.
He's got that. Eli can throw a really bad throw, and he can just snag it. Because
And
he's
in the
already
red zone,
6'3".
brother. Red zone feast.
Like, how tall is?
And just for a random flyer, we're gonna take O.J. Howard.
Good pick.
Brought him up in the first podcast in the top 10s, and he's one of the top 10s as far as rookies go. I feel like he's a talented, more of a route runner than an actual pass blocker, so I feel he has an opportunity to be a red zone threat as year one.
I literally could have gone all rookies if I wanted to. Because the people that we've been talking about been put on a show. Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, you got Zay Jones. You just picked O.J. Howard. You picked Hunter Henry, Corey.
He's not a rookie.
Well, sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's messing with you. I was just messing with you, brother.
Jacksonville defense.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're starting to come to the end of our
Dang it.
draft. It'll end with Scott, and Corey.
Oh, I was like, what?
Pipe
It's
down,
me.
Pipe down over there.
Down pipe.
About his age, a lot of people probably won't want to pick him because he's a little bit farther down as a kicker. But I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals, Phil Dawson.
Good choice.
You know, a lot of kickers are older. They're good. Janikowski,
Been around for a while.
Adam Terry.
Okay, why isn't it letting me pick?
Who are you trying to pick, sir?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Shut the fudge up. Look at it. It's not letting me choose anything. It keeps flipping to it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it just automatically ended at 10 seconds. Did you pick?
Ah. What it,
Ted Ginn.
Ted Ginn Jr. Not a bad choice.
No.
Since he's the number 2.
Yeah, he is.
And
As of right now, anyway.
he passed up Willie Snead because he looks better in camp, I guess, but I doubt that happens for the season.
Yeah, I don't think that stays that way.
I am not happy with my team. That's why this is a mock draft, and I thank God that this is not the real draft.
Right.
I would like to be stronger, probably at my receivers. I mean, I have T.Y. and Amari, so I'm solid there. Golden Tate,
My receivers are money. I just don't like my running backs.
I am totally fine with my running back.
And we can leave.
All
We
of
can
them.
leave the
I'll
mock
trade
draft now, right?
you everyone I have for one running back. Just kidding.
Let's go. Let's bring this Corey's team to the actual screen so you guys can see what he's talking
I
about.
want to do a different one. I'm just kidding.
So he has Jay Ajayi and Lamar Miller, Will Powell, and Tevin Coleman. The only one I'd be iffy about is Coleman. I mean, obviously it's a high-powered offense. He's still going to get his, so he could be a flex play still when you need him to be. I think Will Powell's going to be the underrated one there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a poor offense, but he's going to be the leader of that poor offense.
True.
So I think he could actually probably flip-flop with Lamar Miller, and you'd be okay. I mean, the points, you're getting guys that are projected the same amount of fantasy points, basically at 152 for Blow, and for Lamar, 157. And you got him how many rounds later?
Like
I
3.
mean, that's perfect. So receivers are good. I would definitely be happy with this receiving core.
Especially
And they'll bench 2 receivers. I would be happy with all these bench receivers. Andy Dalton way late. I have no problem with your team whatsoever.
I don't either, but I just feel like there was better choices at some moments. Like when like the Lamar Miller pick, I wanted a different running back.
Now the only thing I have concern about Scott's team is the depth of running back and then Calvin and Christian. Those two.
All you have
How do you
are
feel about your
rookies,
team, Scott?
But I like the receiving corps is nice.
For my team, I like my team, but like what you guys said is I didn't really look at the bye weeks. I only looked at the players that were available that I could snag.
Well, at
And
least
that's
for your
my
running
team,
backs, let's see here. James White might be a fine fill-in. We'll see, because you never know what the Patriots scheme, what they'll do. So to fill in for Christian McCaffrey, you can do that.
I mean, I'm picking kind of like
You can flip
doubles.
him back in, flip
You
out him
know,
down.
I picked three Carolina players that could bite me in the butt if they're not having a good week. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a downfall waiting to happen, but also an uproar waiting to happen.
Right. So then I picked 2 Patriots.
Here's the thing, though. By week 11, 5 of these people might not even be still on the field right now.
Yeah. You might have traded one of them or
Injuries
something.
and trades
Yeah.
and things like that.
Waiver
will go
wire
on, so
pickups.
Waiver wire pickups. So I wouldn't be too worried about the bye week when it comes to week 11. So your team might not even look fully the same by that point. I've had
That's
that
true.
before.
That's true. Somebody might want to be getting
Let's
campaign
hope.
money or, Jarvis Landry if he's going off with Jay Cut. So I can leave the draft, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can leave the draft.
We'll see what they give us for. I'll leave the draft, leave the page. Do our report card. You can see my overall report card. You see I've done 27 drafts.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Really?
A B. Good
I ended up
job.
with a B for mine.
That's trash.
Look it. Let me see.
86. Score 86.
Because does it say it's all?
It should if I go to. Bam. So this is your spot right here. Scott at 354. Ooh, Scott.
As he said, that's
Not
the
bad for
second
Corey.
one he'd take.
Not bad, Corey. Yeah, he's in
Yeah, it's
there.
not as good as I'd hoped.
Yeah.
That's terrible. God,
721 sitting at 4. Okay. All right.
Yahoo doesn't even know.
I can progress from there though. I
Seven
can work,
is-
I can
Yahoo
work
doesn't
from
even
there.
know.
Hey, 7's my lucky number, baby.
So what was your overall draft grade? Has everybody seen theirs yet?
I will check that out at this moment. I believe mine was a C+.
Yeah, I think it'll be about the right spot for yours.
As overall? We're looking at.
for what the draft
Oh, I got an F.
You
Gosh, I had 157 in there. I don't know what I was thinking. I was drafting that big.
I got an F in standard for 37 points.
So the weaknesses are tight end, QB, and kicker. I'm not really worried about kicker.
I got a C+.
You know what my
Well
strength?
done.
You know what my strength was?
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
You know what my weakness is?
Everything.
Wide receiver, running back, my bench, defense, and my
So it looks like Scott's got a little bit of work to do, but again, everybody, you can all possibly see these grades happen. I mean, because you gotta understand, we were drafting based on our PPR league, not the scoring setting that
Yeah.
was Yahoo standard, which is 3 wide receivers, non-PPR,
Right.
with 2 running backs, no flex position, which we have a flex position, 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, plus PPR as we stated before. So this will give you guys a general idea of what you can draft at wherever your draft position, what would look good, what your right or your strategy could be. As you can see, I did not go running back. I went 1 running back when I had a chance, and went 2 receivers. Even though receiver depth is deeper, I wanted to make sure, being as PPR, that I have guys who get solid amount of receptions and targets.
consistent, constant
Yep.
receptions. They could get 14, like I said, 14 receptions for only 40 yards and still come up with 18 points. That's
Exactly.
more than somebody with 3 receptions and 80 yards.
Well, and also just remember that, do your studies. Look at who's going to start for the team, who's actually doing good on the team, because Yahoo or ESPN are only basing it off because of their rank.
No, that's
They're
their
not-
rankings basically.
It's
terrible.
So if you pick
It
a
is.
rookie that's gonna start, you want to pick a rookie that's gonna start, but then
Yeah.
over a guy that's gonna be your second string. Why would you want to pick a second string? But it's
It's true.
overall and it's based on its stats, and I don't like that. So that's why they
Get that score.
Yeah.
Because Christian McCaffrey's gonna take over.
Yeah, man. Christian
for
McCaffrey.
Carolina, and he looks nasty.
PPR-wise, he's going to be a phenom.
But to sit there and give me a bad score on that, I don't know. I
Hey,
had Jarvis Landry is gonna go off for
I
Miami. If Jake Hutt's good, and he's been looking really good.
And also, with your position, you sometimes have to make a stretch, and that's where you'll get a bad draft grade.
Exactly.
When you know there's a player that you have confidence that will produce and perform for you on a regular basis, but he may be 14 picks away, or even less than that. You might be 14 picks away, and he's coming up in the next 3 picks. You might have to sacrifice in the 3rd round. You might have to get someone late in the 4th. So instead of just picking the best person available, the supposed best person available, pick the person that you hear is going to perform, and like keeping track of the depth charts. Make sure you're watching those all the time because they're ever changing. So there's little things like that you want to focus on while you're making your draft, choosing your players. Just keep your eye out for those things. Awesome. So I think we all got some work to do. I think we all got to go and flip our strategies. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening to Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast.
we out.
We out. Adios.
Later.